when I was pushing, I felt like my vagina was gonna split in two. And I think I bit him once.
Extremely huge, shiny scissors with a smile on her face, ready to cut.
They did ask if I wanted my hypnobirthing music on, and I just said no, like, screw hypnobirthing. Babe. Why is daddy so evil, darling? Huh? Mummy's here, don't worry. Mummy's here.
And the child settled?
He's your baby.
What are you doing now, the child?
He's your baby. He's your baby. He's so cute. Hey guys. Welcome back for another video. And we have a new person. Would you like to introduce yourself, baby? Hi, my name's Zaylah. I'm new to this family. Anyway, so in this video we're gonna tell you all about our labor and delivery. I'll say our because I think everyone around me went through it just as much as me. Obviously I went through it more, but I had really supportive people around me, especially my husband. So I'll say that it's our story. So yeah, she was born on the 13th of August at 2:37 AM. And yeah, let's start our story. So it all started on the 11th. It was the 11th, wasn't it? 11th at around 8:30. I don't know if my water's just broke. It's currently, what is it? 8:45 in the morning. I got the trickle in, well, quite a lot of trickle in around 8:25. My husband has gone to work. He left at 8:15, something like that. So called him to let him know, but I told him to chill out because it may be a false alarm and I don't want to get his hopes up or my hopes up. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes. I have a pad on because my midwife told me if it does feel like my waters have broken, then I should put a pad on and see how it goes and see if the pad gets soaked quickly. But just like every now and then I get quite a lot and it feels like I'm peeing, but I'm not peeing. I'm just going to Hoover. Hello. 8:57. I'm just here drinking some red raspberry leaf tea and on YouTube checking out Have My Waters Broke videos. I have the pool behind me here. Not in any pain at all. So I called my mum and spoke to her and told her what was going on, and she was like, well, it might be, call my midwife. But then I didn't want to call my midwife because I didn't want to be those type of mothers that are just calling every second and it's a false alarm.
Yeah.
So I sort of put that off for a while. 10:12 AM and I don't know what's happening. I put the pad on and it was coming down, but then it sort of stopped. I got a little bit just a while ago and now it's stopped, and I just don't know. This pregnancy stuff really needs to come from manual because I just have no idea what is going on. Woo! So I've called the midwife center and my home birthing midwife is going to come over and check if my waters have actually broken. Starting to feel like it is because there's more gushing out. Like, okay, right now just felt something come out. Maybe TMI. But yeah, the midwife came eventually and it turns out that it was my water, so I announced it to everyone, told my husband. He was at work at the time. And what, you on a call or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, I was on a call. One of my colleagues sat next to me and I told her that my wife just messaged me, her water's broke. Oh my god, what do I do at this point? So she was like, tell my manager, tell my boss. And then she went up to my boss, she spoke to him while I was on a call. My boss just came with a sticky note and he just put it on my screen and it said, go home and good luck. And he was like, get out of here.
But I didn't want him to come home early in case like nothing was happening or I don't know, it was a false alarm. I don't know. I was sort of unsure myself, so I didn't want him to have to come home and nothing happened. But yeah, he was really happy when my waters broke, weren't you, babe?
Yeah, I was in the train station with a big smile on my face the whole time. I was like, oh my god, this is it.
So the baby's on its way, baby's home. Well, the other baby. You baby is home. My mum's here as well. Mummy's here.
Mommy's here. She rode the bike to get here.
Yeah, my mum rode her bike. She's not that confident on her bike, but she still rode it here because it's quicker to get here than walking. So if I don't give birth within the 24 hours, then I have to go to the hospital. I won't be able to have a home birth and I have to be induced. So hopefully the baby comes within the 24 hours. This is just crazy. I can't believe it's actually happening. I didn't think it would happen. Hello, baby. Mwah.
No.
Mwah.
No.
He put a dribble on me. Once he came home, we did go out for a walk because they say that walking brings on labour, but I wasn't in any pain or anything like that.
You were getting some contractions.
But that's once we were out.
Oh, yeah.
After a while, when we were walking back as well more, because we went for quite a long walk in our area just to, you know, bring on labour and what have you. And that's when I started getting contractions, but it was only when we were walking back, and we were out for quite some time, at least a few hours. So just prepping to go out.
Yeah.
I was recording.
Your good first, yes. Your sunglasses. You already did that. Do like it. Okay. What do you need from here? You don't need.
Get so excited. Okay. Like this.
I'm not that I'm excited for you to be in pain or anything, but oh my god! There you are, Rihanna. We can look back on this moment and hear your crazy voice note. Yeah, we're all excited for the baby. Can't believe it. It's so crazy. Okay.
Oh, my cheeks hurt, man.
Yeah. I think he's gonna cry when I give birth.
Maybe.
Yes, you will.
At this point, I'm thinking.
I'll take this and this, the lotion and lip balm. We are back from our walk. We've changed again because I got mess on my dress. My waters went all over my dress. It's been trickling out ever since 8:30, and then there's been gushes at certain times. Like I think I wet a seat in McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Towards the evening, my contractions started getting stronger and closer together, and I'm thinking, yes, it's happening. We're having this baby soon, and I'm like, yeah, I got this. I totally got this. And the contractions were quite strong, like period pains, like the ones I'll get, which are really, really strong period pains. And I felt like I could handle it. We kept the midwife updated from the home birthing. Yeah, I was just trying to get through the contractions. We had some Chinese because it was good to eat. As the evening went on, my mum started getting pains. I think it was sympathy pains. And she was making more noise than me. Yes, darling.
That's not how the story went, is it?
What, are we lying?
Are we lying?
Yeah, my mum was getting pains as well. She said that she had gas and she was making so much more noise.
I thought she was in labor as well.
I'm here listening to my hypnobirthing music, and she's there like making so much noise. Oh, is that poo? Yes, I had my hypnobirthing playing from when we got home in the evening. I had my hypnobirthing playing, and that helped quite a lot. And I was doing the breathing and going through it and stuff like that. And that went on through the whole night. I think everyone slept. Well, had a little nap, except for my husband.
I didn't sleep.
He was up for the whole night.
I was falling asleep. But then there's some mystical coffee we have in the cupboard there. That thing kept me awake through the whole labor process. Like, I didn't fall asleep afterwards.
I can't really remember that evening on the 11th. It was just a blur, but you know, having contractions and just going through it really. Walking around the house, going up and down the stairs. We went on a few short walks.
We just had
played a few games as well. We were playing games just to make the time pass, really.
Gross.
Gross?
Hot. Huh?
I think you're the worst at saying them, Mum.
Gross.
What? At 4:30, it had been
1.5.
No. How long had it been in labour for? 20 hours at 4:30.
20 hours.
Yeah, 20 hours. So after 20 hours, after my waters broke, I was only 1.5 centimeters when the home birthing midwife came. I thought I would at least be at 5 or something, or I was close to giving birth. I was only 1.5 after 20 hours. 20 hours. That, I just started crying because they had told me before that if it's 24 hours after my waters break, then I have to go to hospital because it's a risk of infection. So it had been 20 hours. Now she did say don't worry because it can go to 10 quickly or it can take long. So even if I'm at 1.5 centimeters now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to take just as long to get to another 1.5 centimeters. So she told me it could still happen at home, but I only had 4 hours really to dilate and have the baby at home. Otherwise, I have to go to hospital. So she did check me. She monitored my contractions and stuff like that. She still said that they're quite far apart and they're not lasting for long enough. So yeah, I just started crying. I was really emotional.
I didn't know what to do at that point. I was like, wow, okay, she's lost faith in everything. I have to try to talk her out of it, but what am I gonna say? If she's taking that long to get to at least 4 centimeters or something, she might have to have a C-section. That's the first thing that came into my head at that point. I was like, what do I say? Luckily, we had Rihanna. She's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Ree was really supportive. She was amazing. That's my cousin, by the way. She planned the baby shower and stuff like that. But she was amazing. Yeah, after the midwife went, we went to sleep. I went to sleep, and obviously during contractions I would wake up. He would wake up as well during the contractions.
I was already up.
Yeah. Yeah. We were down here. I was laying on the sofa. He was on the mattress on the floor. And we were just waiting. And then they woke me up. Or did I wake up? Around 8 o'clock. And I was just so disappointed. So disappointed that I had to go to hospital because I didn't want to go to hospital. The hospital that's near us, there's been so many horror stories about people that have given birth there, and honestly I just didn't want to go to hospital because I know they like to interfere with the birth, and it's hard to have a completely natural birth when at the hospital because they just want to speed everything up and they want to give you drugs and things to speed up the process. So I just didn't want to go to the hospital, and I feel like they wouldn't care for what I wanted as much. We got to the hospital and we went to the midwife that came at 4 something said that we'll still be able to give birth in the birthing center. So I was sort of still had my hopes up slightly because it's better than giving birth on the labor ward. I was sort of happy. So when we got to the hospital, we did go to the birthing center, but then they said because it's been over 24 hours since my waters broke, I couldn't actually give birth there. So I did end up having to go to the labor ward. Awesome. So I first went to the part where you haven't given birth yet or you're not in active labor. So I went there first and we were there for how long? Because we got to the hospital around 9 AM on the 12th. And we were there till about 6 PM, isn't it?
6 or so.
Yeah, so we're there for quite a few,
quite a few hours just walking around.
Oh, disco. Okay, no, you have to do it, otherwise it's not fun. Hey! There you go. There you go.
I'm tired to think.
Disco!
Yeah, 4 PM the following day when my waters broke at 8 AM on the 11th, so it's 4 PM on the 12th, I was checked again and I was only 3 centimeters dilated. Wow.
At this point, I'm gone.
I was just like, how can I be 3 centimeters? I'm so tired right now. The contractions are getting quite, they're getting stronger, and I was kind of struggling to cope with them. So I was hoping that I was close to giving birth, but I was nowhere near it.
Secretly, I was hoping, yeah, my child is gonna be born on the 13th, like.
Yes, but because he's the 13th of May, but when my waters broke on the 11th, I was like, there's no way that this baby's gonna be born on the 13th.
Think again.
I know.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
So everything that's happening now, it's supposed to be happening now.
So yeah, so we were down there for until 6 p.m. Then at 6 p.m. a bed was available in the actual labour ward where you actually deliver the baby. So we went up there, and down in the other ward they did tell me that I have to go on the hormone drip so that
it can induce the labour.
so that wasn't good. So I was induced first of all, and I wanted a natural labour, so that didn't go to plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went up to the delivery ward, and up there I could only have 2 birth partners, and that was my husband and my mum. So my cousin had to go home, which I was quite upset about because she was so supportive. And luckily the midwife that was delivering the baby was so nice. She was really sweet, and that's another reason why I was scared to go to the hospital, because I was worried about the midwives, because you can get some grumpy midwives, but the midwife I had was so amazing. She was really sweet. So yeah, they started me on the hormone drip. They did offer me gas and air, and they did ask about what pain relief I wanted, but I said I didn't want any. The midwife did just pull it there next to me, because I said if anything I'll take gas and air, but that's it. Like, I don't want an epidural, I don't want the shot, the pethidine, don't want anything like that. So she just pulled it there just in case, and I didn't mind that, so I was okay. And I was going through the contractions on the drip as well quite well. They were getting more intense and more close together, and I didn't think that I would make it through. So yeah, time went by, and I think my mum fell asleep.
Yeah.
Because she was really tired. Everyone was really tired, so. But Caleb stayed awake, but everyone else had quite a bit of sleep. I think my husband was the one that had the least amount of sleep, because I would doze off every now and then. And yeah, the contractions just started getting stronger and stronger. I did go on the gas and air after a while.
Highest intensity, 100. So you started taking gas and air about 10. Yeah, and then afterward, you turned demon.
No, yeah, I didn't turn demon yet. It was after 12 that I turned demon. Because I remember sitting on the edge of the bed at 12 a.m.
But they measured you at 12.
Just after 12. It had to be just after. Because I remember it being 11:50 something. Okay. And I was looking at the monitor and I was like, okay, it's 11 something. So this baby will be born on the 13th.
Babe, you turned demon before they measured you.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, no, but they didn't. Babe, at so 11:50 something. No.
Something. Oh, during the 11 time, you were already demon.
No, I wasn't. Babe, no, because, babe, 11:50 something, I was looking at the monitor, because I was looking at the contractions as they came and went.
And your body to prepare to welcome your baby for a gentle welcoming. Now, this session of hypnosis is coming to a close, and as it does, you can come back into the room, feeling fully awake and alert, but deeply relaxed.
She was born at 2:37, right, a.m. And I took the pethidine shot 1 hour before she was born.
Right.
Yeah, so that was around, what, 1:30. So there's still an hour and a half there where I was turned demon. Okay. So, it was coming up to 12 a.m. when they said that they'll check me again. And I was on the gas and air then, still taking the hormone drip. I was listening to my hypnobirthing. That was helping. He was helping with my breathing. I threw up on him as well. Do you remember that?
Not directly on me. She was about to throw up, and I remembered like getting the throw up canister thing, giving it to her, and when she threw up in it, it splashed on me a bit.
Yeah, and also my hands, and then I think I touched him.
And I didn't care, to be honest.
Yeah, he was so amazing.
I knew she was going through a lot, so yo, do what you have to do.
He was so amazing. Like, he was helping with my breathing.
There was somebody rubbing your back on one side, you yell at them, and then I was on the other side.
Anyways, okay, things happened, okay, and at some point I just went out of it. Like, I just went out of the room. I wasn't in the room, I wasn't with them or anything. And then I'll come back into the room and I would hear my voice, and it did not sound anything like myself. Like, I swear I was screaming the whole hospital down. And at that point, they did ask if I wanted my hypnobirthing music on, and I just said no. Like, screw hypnobirthing. How am I gonna get through this? I thought I was gonna die. I actually thought I was, and I was thinking, just give me a cesarean section, just give me an epidural. That's what I was thinking in my head, but I didn't want to say it out loud because I really didn't want it. So yeah, all through this time, I think my mum woke up at that time and she was rubbing my legs, which really helped. He was there, and I think I bit him once.
You didn't bite me. Oh yeah, my chest.
Yeah, but then I didn't because I didn't want to hurt him. So I didn't do it for too long.
My shoulders.
After midnight sometime, I don't know when, they checked me, and I was only 5 centimeters dilated. And when she said that, I was just crying. Why didn't I cry? I felt like I cried inside. I feel like I died inside because the contractions were so painful. And I'm thinking, I'm only halfway. How am I supposed to get to 10 centimeters? How are the contractions supposed to get worse? And I'm only halfway.
At that point, I was sure it was going to be a cesarean.
I was just in so much shock. And every time they check you, it hurts. They have to stick their fingers like right up, and it hurts so much. Like, and at that point, I was just like, yes, like, give me some sort of pain relief. I didn't want epidural because I just wasn't feeling epidural. So I went for the shot, I went for the pethidine. And they did that, but I don't even remember. I don't even know if I remember her saying that she's gonna inject it now, but.
No, here's how it happened. So, I heard that the next best thing would be, well, they were all for epidural, these nurses and whatever, but I knew she didn't want to get epidural. So I thought of the next best thing. I said, well, pethidine, right? That's still an option, right? And then I asked you if you wanted to go with it. You told me yeah. And I was like, okay, you're comfortable with that, so let's go with it. And then that's when your mom woke up. Yeah, when we were giving you the pethidine. After that, you got calm a bit more.
Yeah, I felt it working. Like, I was feeling quite drowsy. Although I could feel the contractions, I felt like I did fall asleep at 1 minute. Like, I knocked out, but I don't know for how long. But I do remember like falling asleep and then waking up again. After I took the pethidine, like, I could feel 5 to 10 quite quickly. So quickly. So they think that it was because I wasn't relaxed.
Have to check you again.
No. Because I was feeling my body pushing. Like, I wasn't pushing. I could just feel my body pushing. Because when they told me I was 5, when my body was pushing, I was like, I'm not pushing. Because I know you have to wait until you're 10. So I'm thinking I'm still 5. And why is my body pushing when it's not ready to push? But obviously my body was ready because it was pushing. So I could feel it pushing, and I'm there doing because my body's pushing, so I couldn't breathe steadily. And I also had my cousin on the phone. At the time, I have no idea what she was saying. I just was hearing her voice. Rihanna, the same one that was here. I don't know what she was saying, but just hearing her voice and knowing she was on the phone helped me.
She just gave me the phone. She was like, I want Riri. Go on, Rihanna. all her pain.
So I think when they realized that I was in established labor, they, you know, the things they have on the side of the bed to prop up your legs?
Yeah. Yeah,
they took those out and they propped up my legs. And did they say to push?
Yeah, so the baby was already coming and they told you to push, and by the time you gave 2 pushes, the baby's head was already popping out. And that's when the doctor did a thing. That doctor. No,
well, they injected me first.
Yeah, so they injected in there first so
to
that
numb the area.
She could get numb.
And
they said in case we had to cut you, which you seemed pretty excited about.
Did she really?
Yeah, in case we had to cut you.
Oh, they did empty my bladder as well. They put a tube in my hole, innit? And then yeah, because it was like, oh, so you need to go toilet. I think I was in so much pain that I said no, I don't need to go toilet. I want to get this baby out. And
yeah, you did have to go.
Yeah, quite a lot of wee came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, continue.
So then all of a sudden, little baby's head's popping out. And now they're telling her to not popping out, but just the opening of her head. It's
so
just coming.
crazy.
And they're telling her to like pant now, you know?
Yeah.
So her breathing can just slowly push it out so she doesn't rip.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a second, the doctor isn't there. And then when she hears the baby's head comes out and the baby's head is showing, she rushes from the background to somewhere with some huge sewing scissors or something. Like, they were huge, extremely huge, shiny scissors with a smile on her face, ready to cut. She had already put it next to the baby's head to cut when me and the midwife had to stop her.
Yeah.
Like, she was so excited. It was like cutting the ribbon of a new opening business or something. I don't know what was this lady's issue, but she wanted to cut bad. Damn, boy.
When I was so drowsy from the pethidine. When I saw the scissors, I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, okay, she has some scissors there. What's she going to cut? No, I thought she was going to cut the umbilical cord when it comes out. That's what I saw. That's why. But
She wanted to cut you.
thank God. I saw my husband like stop, and the midwife was like, okay, I have it from here. But it didn't click because I was just so drowsy. It really didn't click what she was going to do. But then, yeah, I started panting, and then she was like, oh, you're going to have to do more than that.
Yeah, and then
Go.
with the little pushes, about 2 or 3 of them.
They came out. Yeah. And then I
this little
gave
girl
birth.
just popped out.
I didn't know it was a girl until he told me. I remember her coming out, but oh my gosh, when I was pushing, I felt like my vagina was gonna split in two. It was stretching so much, I was like, okay, my vagina's not gonna survive this. It felt like it was actually gonna split. So, yeah, she came out and I was just so drowsy, like the way I thought I'd feel when I gave birth is completely different to the way I felt because I was so drowsy, like I almost didn't feel anything, and that's what annoyed me as well.
Yeah.
But I saw Zaylah out there and the midwife was patting her back and she wasn't crying because of the pethidine. And because I gave birth so soon after taking the pethidine, she wasn't actually crying. And then when they took her away to the little machine, that's when he came over and he was like, what did you say? We have Zaylah? Or
Yeah, babe, Zaylah's here.
Zaylah's here. And I was like,
Zaylah.
what? That's how he broke it to me that we have a girl, because we had picked our names out for a boy or girl. So when he came over and he said Zaylah's here, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a girl. Because both of us, everyone thought it was a boy. Majority of people thought it was a boy. So when she came out and he said that it's a girl, I was just in so much shock.
It was just like this moving thing. Just a couple seconds ago, she was in there.
Yeah.
And now she's breathing out hair. Like, it's so fresh. It's so unbelievable. I was just freaked out and smiling and just holding my head like this and amazed. Oh my god.
I wish I was more awake for that moment and more with it, because I'm never going to get that moment back again. And I just feel like I wasn't in the moment.
I was ready to cut the umbilical cord. I think I took that same scissors that she was about to. I was coming to cut it, and then some rude other midwife said, I don't think it's
the husband shouldn't cut the cord.
yeah, I don't think it's recommended that the husband cuts the cord.
The other midwives were just...
Yeah, and they were, some of the midwives were about to let me cut it, you know. But that midwife was rude, and then the neonatal nurses were in checking the baby.
Yeah,
making
because
sure
she's
she's
quite
alright,
drowsy
yeah.
and stuff.
And yeah, they give her a bit of oxygen, I think, and they got about breathing.
Yeah.
And cleaned her up and then handed her over to Amber.
Yeah, and then I held her for a bit.
Oh, you guys should hear her cry. That's right, look at your big man face now.
But yeah, we're so grateful for the midwife we had. She was just amazing. And then, like, sometime when I was in quite a bit of pain, I heard another midwife come in and be like, oh, why don't she have epidural? Why don't she have some pain relief? Like, they're just so aggressive. So the midwife we had was just so amazing. But yeah, once I gave birth, we had Zaylah, and then they took her to neonatal because she wasn't breathing properly and she was a bit drowsy. Plus, they had to check for infection since it had been, what, 43 hours since my waters broke till I gave birth. So they had to do all that. So she was in neonatal, and then they brought us down to the maternity ward, and they had to take me in a wheelchair because I was so drowsy. Like I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk. Like, I just don't remember hardly anything. Our baby, and our baby's here, and she's so amazing, aren't you, darling? I find my pregnancy was so smooth. I hardly had any complications. My labor, although long, it was quite good, and the delivery was great. I didn't tear, they didn't cut me, and didn't have epidural or C-section, emergency C-section. Yes, darling. So, I don't know, she's just been a great baby all round. We were in hospital from Saturday
to what?
till Wednesday. Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday night?
Yeah, Wednesday night.
That's long. That's 5 days.
I wish I could go to a hotel for that long, man.
Innit? And I find because we were in hospital and she was in neonatal for 2 days, I felt like we didn't bond with her the way we should have. And you know those first moments when you meet your baby, I just find that we lost those moments because of that. She was in neonatal in the incubator, and we couldn't touch her there. She had all these wires on her.
Yeah, she had one going through her nose where they'd feed her.
To feed her, and it wasn't nice seeing her like that. Like when I went there one time, I was like crying. Because she was crying, and I felt like I couldn't even hold her because she was in there. She had all these wires on her. I couldn't hold her properly. So all of that, I think, stopped us from bonding with her the way we want to. But I mean, now we've bonded with her and she's just amazing. That's our labour and delivery story. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
Not that I can think of right now.
But if you do have any questions or anything, just leave them down below and we'll answer them. But I hope you enjoyed our labour and delivery story. I will do a postpartum, 1 month postpartum and 1 month baby update, just to let you guys know how my recovery was and about Zaylah on her first month on the earth and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and if you enjoyed hearing about our story. Bye guys, stay sweet. Send a kiss, baby.
Yeah.
Well, get Zaylah to send a kiss. Say, Zay, can you send a kiss? Mwah. Mwah.